The dreaded day has finally come. I'm officially out of book space. Not only that, but my shelves are so unorganized. Everything is literally everywhere. It is time to reorganize my bookshelves. Every book collector or book lover knows that one of the most dreadful tasks is having to reorganize your shelves. Half of me loves redecorating. Like I love just like making it pretty and like I love when it's done. But it's one of those things where you know when you commit to it, it's going to take you hours, like over an entire day. It is a process, which is why I'm breaking this up a little bit for myself. So today, because I'm feeling very tired, I planned on starting this like 2 hours ago and I've been doom scrolling on my phone. So instead of trying to force myself to do this all day and then rushing it, I think my plan of attack is right now I'm going to go through and pick all the books that I'm going to get rid of and unhaul. It is time. I've been keeping books for a long time that really I'm never going to read them, or I've read them and they're not my favorite. So like it's time for them to go. There's no point in me keeping all of these books. I counted my books, I think yesterday, and I own 428 books. I read less than 100 books a year right now, so realistically, I only had read 32% of them. So really, I have too many, and it is time. I need to make more room because I get books very often in the mail, like daily. Something's gotta give because I don't feel like getting a new shelf yet. So I'll show you what we're working with, and then I'm going to start unhauling. So there's this shelf here. I have a feeling that this shelf's gonna undergo the least amount of change, mostly because it's organized by like authors that I really like. And I honestly don't mind this shelf. Like I feel like it's pretty cute. I don't really see many areas of improvement, but this is a problem for sure. There is books just everywhere. A lot of these are like new ones, like book mail, books that I've bought. So like these need a home. And then my big shelves that are completely full. They're past full. They're at max capacity. There is no more room for anything on these shelves. And my biggest thing is that I have a shelf beside my bed and it is not full at all. And I also feel like some of the books over there, like I'd rather them be over here. So I think I'm going to move some stuff around to actually make use of that shelf that's by my bed, like fully make use of it, like actually use it as a bookshelf and not just a place to put my phone when I go to sleep. But alas, it is time. We are going to start by unhauling. Let's time lapse this. So I'm very proud. I managed to pick out 24 books. This stack right here, that stack right there. And could I have probably gotten rid of more? Yes, but I feel like you can't solve a problem overnight. You know what I mean? A lot of the ones I got rid of were ones that like I have the book in some other way, like whether it's on my Kindle or the special edition of a book that I don't even care that much about, like that kind of stuff. It's like, what's the point in keeping that, you know? A lot of these are ARCs, so I probably will just end up putting them in a free little library somewhere, or I'll do like a giveaway or something for some of the popular ones. I was trying to be mindful of the things I actually like, and I actually managed to make room. Almost able to fit all the books that were just kind of sitting on top of other books. I almost got them all to fit. So I feel like once we do some rearranging, we could see some progress. Maybe as I go through and organize, there'll be more that I decide to get rid of. I also just find it hard to get rid of books that were sent to me. I just feel bad. Sometimes we realize our tastes change and we can't read every single book. But I will say one thing I want to do is I've seen a lot of people do those like TBR jars where they put every book that they have that they need to read in like a jar and they pick from it and that's what they have to read. I feel like I would go through books much quicker in terms of like deciding if I want to keep them, because I think a good rule with the TBR jar, if I'm going to do it, is if I pull the book out and I don't want to read it, like it's an instant no, then I should probably just get rid of it. So like a rule with the TBR jar should be like you have to at least start it, and then if you don't like it, you can DNF it and get rid of it. Like I feel like that would be a rule that I would have. That is something I want to do, but that will take forever because like I said, there's over 400 books in my collection, so it would take a long time to write down all the books that I haven't read. So that was what I wanted to get done today, and I'm pretty proud that we got that done. I don't think I'm going to do much else today because, like I said, I'm not feeling super energetic and wanting to do this right now. So I'm really happy I was able to unhaul 24 books. So I will see you tomorrow, most likely. I've been procrastinating all day, and I do actually want to like make some progress on this. So I think what I'm gonna do right now is decide how I want to utilize the shelf next to my bed and decide what books I'm gonna put over there, because that will create space over here and then it'll be a lot easier. I just haven't really fully decided what I want to do over there. I think I want to use it for like books that have been sent to me that are like arcs that, even regardless of whether or not they're out yet, I'm just worried that I'm gonna forget I have certain books if I put them over there and like I'll never reach for them. I also thought of maybe just putting books over there that I only have like one book by that author. That way I can save room to like have books that have multiple by the same author together. I don't know. This is so difficult because I don't think I have really that many arcs to utilize that shelf. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to think about it. I could also use it to display my book of the month books potentially, because that would open up like an entire shelf. And then when I get my book of the month books every month, I can just add them to that shelf. But I like them. But maybe I feel like that might be a good call. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna make this a thriller shelf because I clearly need more room for thrillers. So now that shelf is clear, and I actually love how the book of the month books look on the other shelf. I'll show you that later. I think I'm gonna start moving some thrillers. I do like all my books to be the same height. It like makes me angry when they're not. I've already found 5 more books I'm donating, so I feel like that's a win. Okay, so far, this is like the thriller shelf. I just feel like I have more thrillers somewhere, so I'm just waiting to fill that gap there. I moved all of my like sprayed edges into this row here, and I kind of like how it looks. I might rearrange them a bit to make the colors like just more cohesive, like it just will look a lot nicer. And now up here I feel like I'm going to fill in the rest of my fantasy, but I'm not dead set on that, but I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. Okay, I think I'm done for now, but I am gonna update you on my progress. So we've got fantasy up there. This is not done yet. This is all random, but then we got our 2 shelves of thriller here. And then my favorite, I've got my like Rebecca Ross shrine just like fully loaded and displayed, which I'm really happy with. I might mess around a little bit more with it, especially because I have a couple other Rebecca Ross paperbacks that I kind of want to fit in here somehow, but I am really liking that. And then I've got just like Fourth Wing and SJM kind of in there, and then my sprayed edge shelf. So I am liking how this is coming along. We still have this shelf to figure out, and then all the shelves down here, and then obviously my other shelf over here. And there's still lots of books everywhere, so I'll get there. This is definitely a lot of work, but it's coming along. It is now Monday, and guess what? We're officially done the bookshelf. I know I didn't show you like that much, but honestly, I was just like picking at it. Like throughout the day, yesterday and today, I would just like do a couple things because like reorganizing our shelves is a daunting task, if I'm honest. And I live in a very small apartment. My boyfriend literally 2 feet away from me at all times. It's just like not feasible to always be pulling out my camera 24/7, but we are done, so I'm gonna give you the tour and I'm so excited. Okay, so this is what it's looking like, and I feel like it looks fantastic. My main goal was I wanted the books to be the same height when they're beside each other for the most part. I hate when there's like a bunch of different heights. It just drives me crazy. So up here, start on this side, we've got fantasy here. So fantasy pretty much all the way down up until we get to here. Now the sprayed edges, it's not all fantasy. It is like literally 90% fantasy, but not all. But I am very happy with them. I may mess around a little bit with the order that they're in, and then once I get more sprayed edges in, I'll probably replace the romance ones because they do kind of stick out a little bit. I'm not obsessed with those, but I do love how that turned out. And then down here, we've got just some like regular contemporary romances that are just very random. And also some general fiction sprinkled in. But as you can see, like I try to keep the heights together for the most part, and I just feel like it looks a lot more organized, even if there is literally no organization to it at all. And then up here we have our thrillers. So we have 2 shelves of thrillers. They didn't all fit. I did learn today that truly I don't have enough space. So even with my romances and stuff, behind them, I have books that maybe I don't care to display as much, but I don't want to get rid of them. I have them kind of like pushed behind, so you can't really see them until I get a new shelf and I can actually fit all my books. I'm pretty happy with those. Like, once again, the heights are all very much the same. And then down here, I've got my Rebecca Ross shrine. I just have to put my ARC here, but it's on my TBR right now. But I have all my different like Rebecca Ross stuff, which I'm obsessed with. Down here, I've just got other romances. There's a space here because the first book in this little series is on my TBR, so I have it put aside. But as you can see, like, all my Tessa Bailey are just like brought all the way back because I just don't have space to put them all side by side. And here, just some more romance. And then my very bottom shelf is like my darker romance or my taboo romance. I am eventually gonna be moving this away when I have more. I know this leaves some empty space, but I just don't own a lot of like dark romance and stuff, so it was really hard to fill this, but I don't want to put anything else down here with it. So for now it's fine. And then we have Allie Hazelwood right up here, Elsie Silver, Catherine Cowles. Down here we have Emily Henry and Lynn Painter, and then we have our Elle Kennedy and Abby Jimenez. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the bottom shelf. I might leave it just for my book sleeves and stuff. I don't love putting books on a bottom shelf. I don't know why. Also, just an FYI, like, this is all the books that I'm getting rid of. Like, I feel like that is a massive stack. I ended up finding a lot more, like I said I would. There's a ton of books I'm getting rid of. You can barely see in this corner, but this is like where the bed is, and my bed's not made, don't judge. But I put all my book of the month books here. I just love how it looks, and it leaves me lots of room to continue to add to it because I know that I will. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. And then I finally cleaned up this area. It doesn't look the best. I'm planning to like decorate it for fall in my next vlog, so that's why it looks kind of sad right now. This is just like my current TBR because right now I'm filming a video of trying to read 11 books in 1 week to try to catch up on my reading goal. So this was just like the TBR that I made for that. So I'm leaving it there for now. There's some like random stuff over here, nothing crazy, nothing purposeful at this moment. But like I said, there's gonna be some fall decorations happening. So I'm excited for that. Overall, I feel like the shelves just look a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. As you can see, I still have some books on top, but I actually don't mind how that looks. I also made a TBR jar. I filmed making it on TikTok, but I have all my books I haven't read in there, and I'm really happy with it. I actually love that it's in this cute mug. This is a mug I got custom made. It just is a little bit too big for coffee, but so cute, and I can't wait to actually use this to make TBRs. But that is all. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I am trying to post once a week right now, so every little bit of support helps. But either way, hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in.